Happy now. Matter of fact, part two. I say part two, but a continuation from the last video. I was talking about the solar plexus chakra. I tried to fit both videos into one, but got verbose. Couldn't put it all into one. Y'all know how it go. But right now we're going to talk about the heart chakra and how to keep the heart chakra balanced and how to tell if it's overactive, underactive, etc. I remember the first time I learned how to use the word etc. I felt like I was smart. Just wanted to share that with y'all while I was thinking about balanced heart chakra. That's what we're going to start off. With a balanced heart chakra, you're going to have a feeling of love and being lovable, gratitude, giver and receiver, interdependent, accepting, generous, trusting, compassionate, and empathic. So basically, with a balanced heart chakra, you'll have that feeling of love and being lovable, you know what I'm saying? Like giving it out and willing to take it in, you know what I'm saying? Like having that gratitude for everything, like just being thankful and grateful for everything, you know what I'm saying? No matter what it is, somebody give you a penny, just, being grateful, anything, just waking up, how some people, I'm grateful for waking up in the morning, like that is something to be grateful about, you know what I'm saying? Being accepting and generous, always, like I say, giving, and like I say, being a receiver also, because it's balanced to give out and take it, you know what I'm saying? You're not meant to just give out, and then kill yourself, which I'm about to get to that part. And being compassionate and empathic, like, understanding other people's plight and stuff, like how somebody, like, always talking about, I can't see how somebody doing this, or just always not understanding people's point of views and people's struggles and things of that nature. Like, you got to be more empathic, kind of understand that, Underactive heart chakra. So basically, when your heart chakra is underactive, you fear intimacy, you have jealousy, feeling unloved, victim-oriented, emotionally wounded, lacking compassion, suspicious, lonely, defensive isolation, and judging. You know what I'm saying? So when that heart chakra off, you know what I'm saying, that fear of intimacy, like really getting intimately involved with, like, someone, whether, opposite sex, same sex, however that may go, you know what I'm saying? But, the fear of intimacy in general, you know what I'm saying? Like, jealousy, which, that's a trait, dealing with sometimes with love in the heart, you know what I'm saying? Feeling unloved or victim-oriented, like always feeling like, oh man, nobody loves me, or, it's just I'm not loved, or I need love, or, that's kind of like that victim-oriented, feeling unloved type of feeling. Lacking compassion, not giving out love, like not being compassionate towards people, or towards anything, like just lacking compassion with a lot of your actions and words and things of that nature. Being lonely and being defensive isolation, like just kind of like always on the defensive, like about things and things of that nature, and isolating yourself, that's kind of like, lacking that compassion and love, is like being too stern, too hard, not being, loving enough. Gotta be, more loving. Overactive heart chakra. Matter of fact, it'll get back to being too loving. Martyr syndrome. Giving too much of oneself. Poor boundaries. Over-identifying with the feelings of others. Blind faith, unrealistic expectations, and romantic ideals. So martyr syndrome and giving too much of oneself goes back to what I was saying as far as like you could be loving, but I mean the only way to give out love, you got to be able to keep yourself healthy. You can't give out love and you then give it all away at once, you know what I'm saying? And don't keep yourself alive and up, you know. A martyr syndrome is kind of like that. Like, I'm just going to give all to everybody. I'm going to just be poor, you know, because another characteristic of an overactive heart chakra, poor boundaries, you know what I'm saying? And not saying that having physical wealth, you know, makes you all that poor rich. Nah, but like, it does give you that mind frame of like, oh, just give, you know, everything without me having, you know what I'm saying, to where I could barely live. You know, that's too overactive. You know, you got to keep you know, how can you keep your dream alive if you don't keep your physical body alive? Because, I mean, yes, we are here to try to bring heaven on earth and to, you know, bring our light body Merkaba here on earth. But at the same time, you know, and sending our physical body, but, you know, you gotta, you know, unless you learn how to meditate like the yogis and sustain, you know, without, you know, you gotta make sure you keep your body right. You know, you gotta not give too much of yourself. And I know I got deep into that. But, you know, I'm gonna be myself. Blind faith, unrealistic expectations, you know what I'm saying? In which I done had this at one time. Like, it's like almost like, in essence, too much heart. You know, like we're talking about overactive heart chakra. But it's like, you know, like super like a utopia could happen right now. Like, you know, just like, oh, it could happen right now. You know, just feeling like, you know, that unrealistic expectations. Like, oh yeah, we could get towards one and eventually, but you know, it's just not going to. You know what I'm saying? Because if that was the case, it would have been just popped up. You know what I'm saying? So having them unrealistic expectations is an overactive heart chakra thing. You know, like you're just too, like you're so, and which is a good thing to be in your heart. But you know, when it's overactive, you get delusional. You know, matter of fact, where you loving everybody, you walk up to a killer and try to give them a hug, or somebody that just finished robbing a bank, like, I love you, brother, and you get shot up, and it's like, and you die, and it's like, now you can't help nobody and spread the love no more because you know, you got delusional because your heart chakra is too overactive. And last but not least, to balance your heart chakra, express and feel gratitude, openly give and receive, look through the perspective of others with empathy, listen to your heart, embrace all aspects of yourself, and nurture yourself and others. One of the best things to get to out of balancing your heart chakra. Listen to your heart. Let your heart chakra, don't let your brain guide your heart or your ego guide your heart. Let your heart guide your thoughts and actions, you know what I'm saying? Like, everything starts from the heart, like from what you want to be in life, what you want to do, like the type of people and vibrations you have around you. Because guess what? Your heart has an electromagnetic field and feels vibrations and is sensitive to it. So, you know what I'm saying? You got to keep things, you know, that's from the heart around you, or else you're going to be, you know, you're going to feel out of place. You're going to feel like, you know, it's going to throw you off, you know what I'm saying? So you got to follow your heart so you won't feel out of place. Embrace all aspects of yourself. So it's basically like I say, being yourself. Look through the perspective of others. That's back to empathy, you know what I'm saying? Like understanding, like, hey, man, like I could see how this person and that person get themselves in this situation. Or I can understand why you act ignorant after 400 years of slavery. I could tell how you act up at it because you've been in a higher position for so long, you know what I'm saying? Like, understand, like, you know, looking, you know, whether it's racially lens or through the little, what they call that, trying to find out the economic, you know, levels and all that fake little stuff to make us try to seem different, but we're all one. But, you know, all that type of stuff, you know what I'm saying? Understanding perspective, like, look at shit through other people's lens and understand, because if we understand each other more, then it's going to be easier to, you know what I'm saying, to love and stop all this foolishness that's going on, you know, right now, which a lot of, I see, you know, the consciousness arising, but Let me not get off subject. And express and feel gratitude. Always be grateful. And matter of fact, if you understand or know anything or read about the law of attraction, that's what is called the great multiplier. Gratitude. Be grateful for whatever and everything, you know what I'm saying? Be grateful for a negative situation that showed you something positive or taught you a lesson. You know what I'm saying? Because if you didn't get taught that small negative lesson, it could have been worse. You know, be grateful that it wasn't worse. Be grateful that it was a fender bender and you didn't get in a wreck where you lost all your limbs and all your family members. You know, be grateful for things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? Just gratefulness. Be grateful for a penny. Be grateful for a piece of corn when you're starving. Like, be grateful for everything. You know what I'm saying? That's it. As far as, you know, that's how to, you know, keep the heart chakra balance. Of course, green stones, any green aventurine, any pink stones, rose quartz. Let's see, dealing with your colors, you could do green, but pink also goes with it. And honestly, but the throat chakra will come next, but that kind of greenish blue color, you know what I'm saying, like an aqua, that kind of goes with your heart chakra too, because it mixes with your thymus, your throat, and your heart chakras to kind of make, matter of fact, the upper heart, and which gives off speaking from the heart, you know what I'm saying, and being true to the heart. But peace, happy now. You know, I hope I help y'all with the little snippets of info I be giving. Peace, love, stay in the moment. Now it's the vibrate. Matter of fact, none of this be rehearsing, and I just make sure I say my little thing of it. Peace. Y'all have a happy now.